Hey, what's going on, guys? JT Dragonlord here, bringing you guys a different video today. I want to be talking about Magic the Gathering cards. If you guys don't know what that is, well, I'm sorry, but this video is not going to be for you. If you do know what that is, make sure you guys stick around, because I'm going to be covering two cards today. I'm going to be covering the two cards that have been spoiled for the November dual decks, or not dual decks, the Commander decks. And those two cards are Prossh and Jeleva, or Jeleva, something like that. Anyways, I'm going to be going over those two cards today, so let's just get right into it. We're going to start off with Prossh. He's 6 mana, 3 colorless, and 1 of each of the Jund colors, so a 5/5 flying legendary creature dragon. And when you cast him, you get X01 red kobold creatures, named Kobolds of Keither Keep, onto the battlefield, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast Prossh. That's really cool. And then he has another ability, sacrifice another creature. Prossh gets +1/+0. So when I look at Prossh, first of all, his art's amazing. If you haven't seen it, I'll put something up on the screen. His art is amazing. I love it. It's really cool. And I love his first ability. When you cast him, you get X01 Kobolds, or X is the amount of mana spent to cast him. I love that. Because every time your general dies, you gotta pay 2 more to cast him again. And you're gonna get more and more kobolds every time you have to cast Prossh again. Which one you can sack and make him bigger, and it's just like, whoa. So when I first saw this card spoiled, like, I was thinking, like, oh my god, this guy is absolutely amazing, and he is. And there's gonna be so many combos with him, and there are. Like, there's so many different things you can do with this guy. One thing that my buddy thought of, which is stupid, is Food Chain plus this guy is infinite mana. If you don't know what Food Chain is, it's exile a creature you control. You add X mana of any one color to your mana pool, where X is the exiled creature's converted mana cost +1. So you exile Prossh, get 7 red mana. Exile a Cobalt, get 1 greens. Exile a Kobold, get 1 red. Recast Prossh, getting 8 kobolds, and it's just you just get infinite creatures and infinite mana, and it's just ridiculous because once you have infinite mana and infinite creatures, then you have Prossh, who is infinitely big, or well, X5. He can be in whatever you want, and then like you just give him trample, and then boom, general damage. There's 1 person a turn dead. I think that's absolutely amazing. And there's so many other things you can do, like with sack outlets and stuff. Like you play like God, what is he called? Soul of the Harvest. Soul of the Harvest. Whenever whenever non-creature or non-token creature, I'm messing up. Non-token creature enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. So with the combo of Food Chain, you get to draw your entire deck, and that's just ridiculous. It doesn't work with Harvester of Souls because you exile Prossh. It means you send him back to Command Zone. But it works with the Soul of the Harvest. So that's awesome. And you know, there's just so many things you can do. I'm not even sure all you can do yet. Like, the combo side of me is going absolutely insane. Because once you have infinite mana in Jund, the sky's the limit, man. G-Wave out your deck. You know, Blaze or Fireball, everything can get Fireballed. Exsanguinate gaining all the life. This guy is just combo-tastic in my opinion. And then you can use stuff like Grave Pack to make your opponent sacrifice their board. You use stuff like Goblin Bombardment to just kill everything. Blasting Station. I mean, Jesus Christ. And then you can do stuff like Doubling Season and Parallel Lives to get twice as many tokens, and just, woo. There's just so many things you can do. And it's just absurd. And then if you have mana doublers too, so and you just get all more mana. I guess once you have infinite mana, you don't need more mana, but still. It's just really, really awesome. This guy is just absurd in my opinion. I'm not gonna build him personally because one of my other buddies is going to, and I don't want to have the same deck basically as somebody else. So I'm not gonna build him personally, but I'm really excited to see what people do with him. I'm really excited. So let's move on to the other card that got spoiled, and that is Jeleva, Nephilia Scourge. She's one colorless, one blue, one black, one red for a 1/3 legendary creature, vampire wizard. She has flying, and when she enters the battlefield, each player exiles the top X cards that visit her library, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast her. And then whenever she attacks, you may cast an instant or sorcery card exiled with it without paying a mana cost. So my first thought about this is there's the sky is the limit with this chick. Like it with so many cards that mess with the top deck, like Scroll Rack, Crystal Ball, Sensei's Divining Top. You basically make your top deck all of these absolutely absurd things like time stretches and extra time cards and all this stupid stuff. I can't do tooth and nail, but all these crazy instant sorcery spells like Cruel Ultimatum, all these obliterate stuff like that. Basically, just you stuff your top deck with all these ridiculous spells, and then you get to cast them. And also, if you can mess with your opponent's top deck, like if you time ebb, oh, that time ebb doesn't work because it's got to be instant sorcery, but like you exile like their top 4, and then you hit like a tooth and nail. Then you get to tooth and nail. You get to cast it, and then you can entwine it. I think you can still entwine it, and then you just grab 2 creatures from your deck and just then you get, and it just messes up everyone's deck because so many people run like the mystical tutor, worldly tutor, vampiric tutor, and all these things that put stuff on their top of their deck, and then you just get it. So that's just absurd. Like I'm really excited for this chick. She seems really cool, and she's only 4 mana. Like the fact that she only costs 4 is absurd, because you can get her out like obviously before turn 4. Like you can go turn 1 Soul Ring Signet, turn 2 cast her, turn 3 play Scroll Rack, use it, putting Time Stretch on top, and then swing, cast the Time Stretch. Not to mention whatever else your opponents have. Because once you have like a Scroll Rack out there, you can just do a bunch of stuff. Like you have like draw spells, you put those out there and you cast your draw spells, and then you draw those, put different things on your top deck. I mean, that's really cool. But the one thing I don't like about her is if you don't have like a Scroll Rack, it's kind of really random what she hits. Because Scryball puts things on bottom, but when you use like Sensei's Divining Top, I mean, you can only literally look at the top 3 and you can't really change it. So you almost need like something early, like a Scroll Rack or a Crystal Ball, to really mess with your top deck enough to make her good. Like when she comes out, she's gonna mess up everything because it all depends on what your opponents have on their top 4 and if you can manipulate yours. But I just feel like she's really glass cannon. What I mean by that is, when she works, she's gonna do amazing things. When she doesn't work, I'm not really sure what she's gonna do. Like it really depends on what's in your top 4. Like I would love to cast her turn 2, turn 3 swing cast Warp World. I mean, yeah. I mean, just there's so many fun things you can do with this chick, and I'm really excited. She may be one of the generals that I build, just because she's so hilarious, and she's a 1/3 flyer. And that's actually pretty good, because she's gonna be evading, and she's got 3 toughness, and if she's swinging turn 5, that 3 toughness still could help. I'm not really sure how many like 2/2 flyers people run in, EDH or something, but being a 1/3 is pretty good. Look at Kalia. Kalia is a 4 mana 2/2 flyer. I mean, I have a Kalia deck, and her having 2 toughness, it usually isn't relevant, but it is sometimes. So her having 3 is good, I mean, and the fact that Kale has 2 power is pointless. She could be a 0-2 for all I care. It's like this chick. Most people are not going to care that she has 1 power. You're not going to get there with general damage unless you're putting auras on her or something. So, I mean, I don't think she's going to get there general-wise. Prossh definitely will. Woo, Prossh can. This chick, maybe not so much. But, you know, if you have a lot of stuff to mess with your top deck, she's going to be amazing. You know, and, you know, every once in a while, I feel like she's just going to do nothing. Is your opponent's going to exile, like, I don't know, 4 creatures or lands off the top of their top deck, and you're not going to have anything to do there. So if you were relying on them, it's maybe not going to work so well. But I still think she's really good. I'm excited to see what people do with her. The same thing with Prossh. I think Prossh is absolutely amazing in my opinion. I think he's a little bit better just because he's easier to combo with in my opinion. The other chick is good. She's amazing. I love how they have X abilities where X is the amount of mana spent to cast them. I think that's an amazing idea for Commander. Wizards, that is awesome. Keep up the good work there. I am really excited to see what the other 3 generals do and all the other brand new cards that are coming out in this Commander 2013 stuff. I'm going to keep you guys updated with Magic the Gathering news. I'm planning on posting a video probably every Sunday or every other Sunday talking about Magic the Gathering, stuff like that. I'm going to be trying to cover Theros spoilers as well. You know, maybe go over some other stuff. Maybe do some deck techs eventually and stuff like that. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Drop me a comment which of these generals you're excited about and any combos you are thinking with them or any other deck ideas you guys got going on. Subscribe if you're new, and I'm JT Dragonlord, and I'm out.